Cause if I die today, nobody gon' die with me. Although my child, I go broke today, I won't ever hear my phone ring. Although my child, I don't send nobody, I'ma keep doing my thing. And if you're feeling me now, then let me hear you sing. My child, really, my child, really, my child, really, will be alive. My child, really, my child, really, my child, really. Oh, dollar, he let to go. Then they ask me, how much money you they carry? You know now when you go marry, you should say now you wasting chassis. See go pay. Is everything cool with you and me say? Everything cool with you and we say. I can walk and talk, but I won't stop cause I got too much money like oh, no be my fault. Now Mama God said so, no be my fault. Mama around motor, of course. I tip me see go, of course. Shia really, and she wanna movie. Lie, my story, I know, let's go. Cause if I die today, nobody gon' die with me. I know my child, I go broke today, I won't never hear my phone ring. I know my child, I don't send nobody, I'ma keep doing my thing. And if you're feeling me now, then let me hear you sing. My child, really, my child, really, my child, really, will be alive. My child, really, my child, really, my child, really. See the comments for your mind now. You can say you got talent. Shit, not only you and they go give endorsement. I they flex, then they vex, but I no send, no send, no way. Enemies can't stop me, no way. In the club, I they pop, I they throw away. Made a yam, made a talk, I will never ever stop, cause I got too much money like oh, no be my fault. Some of my girls said so, no be my fault. I'm not too, I tip me see go. My child, really, and she wanna movie. Lie, my story, I know, let's go. Cause if I die today, nobody gon' die with me. I know my child, I go broke today, I won't ever hear my phone ring. I know my child, I don't send nobody, I'ma keep doing my thing. And if you're feeling me now, then let me hear you sing. My child, really, my child, really, my child, really, my child, really, you be alive. My child, really, my child, really, my child, really. I know some people just love to they hate me. I seen the comments on Linda Ikenchi. I know some people love to they underrate me. There's no mistaking, I'm elevated. If they could kill Jesus and he was perfect, say what they want about me cause I'm worthless. So when they put you to the test, just do your best and let God do the rest. And enemies stress, I'm a living witness, I'm the proof. Nothing is impossible and that's the truth. You can achieve if you plan to. If I can make it, man, you can too. They say my skin no fresh, it got to be bleached. They say I really no fight, I want that filtrate. I don't get puffed up, I'm getting too much cake. And I got a big head, I'm blessed with too much brain. My child, really, my child, really, my child, really, alive. My child, really, my child, really, my child, my child, really. He let go. More music at kingdomboys.com.
See, I know one man for this life will get my back. When I sleep for nights, when I sit down, when I lay stand. Oh yeah, you do me good things, make me happy when I lay down. I don't go lie, my guy, you must know this kind of man. Champion. for the many, many thousands. His grace on me, all of his mercies and blessings on me. It's joy I feel, taking me higher, the constant. I'll release story, I'll make it believe story. To God be the glory. He's the greatest God, man, he's better than I'm ready to tell me. You're the thing I got head up. Me, I'm follow you, they go. My story, my story, my jump up. I can follow you.
Hi, I'm Damiel Otembo, the King Raiser, and today I want to unwrap something that you might find very interesting and transformational, and that is addressing this issue: why many religious people are poor. Have you noticed that in many parts of the world, and I've lived in a few places, you realize that some of the poorest people are some of the most religious, and vice versa. Some of the most religious people are some of the poorest people. So they pray, they're seemingly pious, they chant and sing and all, but sometimes to pay their bills becomes a burden. It's difficult for some of those people I'm speaking about to even afford 3 square meals. Now, I'm not saying this to be disrespectful or from a premise of arrogance or insensitivity, but it's a burden on my heart. And I'll tell you what, is it because God is not good or God is not real or that God does not exist? That's not so. I'll tell you that it's largely because these religious people relegate their own responsibilities to the realm of spirituality, and they do not take responsibility for their well-being and for the productivity in their lives. They do not understand how the systems of wealth happens and how it works, I should say. So, sometimes people will say, God, please help me. God, help me. Give me this job. Give me this money. And many times when God is going to answer their prayers, God sends them to other people who are already creating the jobs they are praying for. Let me say that again. That when somebody prays for a job, God sends that person who's praying to a creator. Why? Because when you're praying to a creator, and the creator sends you, the praying person, to a creator on earth, to someone who's creating jobs. And some of the biggest job creators in the world, they do not even believe the way many of us believe. They do not believe, some of them, in a deity and a spiritual supreme being. What do? They engage the systems of the earth, principles, patterns, templates that have been proven to deliver to anybody who engages them. Now, I'm not saying you don't need God in your life. I'm not saying that prayer is not important, but I'm saying to you that the major return for prayer is not money. The major reward for prayer is not money. It's revelation. Prayer was not given primarily as a tool for acquisition. It was given to us as a gift for communion, for us to engage the mind, the heart, the passion, the intelligence of God, so that we can create on earth the way He creates in heaven. So let me give you an example. I have like many of you have a device, and you have all those beautiful apps, right, that can do amazing things, edit videos, that can maybe doodle animation, create this, that, and the other. But you need a code to be able to unlock that device. Now, when my 2 young sons pick up my device and they enter the code, whether I am there or not, they unlock the device. And that's how life is. Whoever has the code unlocks the device. Whoever has the code unlocks the treasure. Whoever has the code accesses the wealth. So the codes that create wealth in the hands of a heathen or an atheist will also work in the hands of a spiritual religious person. Question is, do you have the codes? Question is, have you learned to use the codes? And this is why knowledge is so important. Now, people say knowledge is power, but that's not accurate. Knowledge is potential power. But it is when you apply the right knowledge at the right time that you get the right results. And that's why Global Greatness exists. It's a growth community where regardless of your religion, your persuasion, your biases, your background, your experiences or lack thereof, you can connect with other intelligent minds, brilliant people who are passionate about purpose, about progress, about products, about productivity. And together we keep exploring new depths of insights and knowledge and understanding, accessing the code. See, there's a code that generates millions of naira, but there are also codes that generate millions of dollars. There's a code that generates millions of dollars, but there are also codes. And the thing about codes is that codes are no respecter of persons. And I once wrote in one of my white paper editions that it's not cash that controls the world, it's codes that controls or codes that control the world. In other words, when rich people put their money in a bank, in a vault, in a treasure house, in a safe house, they themselves still need codes to be able to access the wealth they've generated over time. So one of the things we want to do for you in Global Greatness is to give you the codes that you need to be able to move from potential to performance, to be able to move from possibilities to progress, to be able to move from your giftedness to the good things that you'll deliver in the lives of people through your gifts. So follow the instruction on the screen right now. We want you to jump in on the special offer so that together we can enjoy global greatness. I can't wait to connect with you. Act now, because the codes are waiting for you to discover them.
Hello, everybody. It's a great day. I'm supposed to kind of excited to be on your way again this great day. I like you to say it loud to yourself. It's a great day. I'm super excited to be on your way again this great day. And today's session promises to be an off the hook session. Something powerful is about to hit you tonight, and I personally believe it will be Calvary for you. In case you're meeting me for the first time, my name is John Obuche, the one and only business and life coach. This is my life class session, and on my life class session, I focus on influence, I focus on impact, and I focus on income. Hello, if you're watching me and you can hear me, my audio quality is good to go. Please, I would like you to indicate in the comment section so I will know you can hear me and you can see me, so we're good to go. We're going to be having a short session today, but a very powerful session. We're going to be looking at the subject, living the worthwhile life. If you can hear me, if my audio quality is good to go, please, can you slap the love button? Can you indicate? Can you indicate, please? Can you indicate by slapping the love button? And as soon as you join, please do well to share this broadcast. Ensure it goes beyond you. Ensure everyone you love get to connect, get to watch this, because the revelation I'm about to share is going to be a life changer, right? Please go ahead, share this broadcast. And if you're watching me already and my audio quality and my video quality is good to go, please just indicate by slapping the love button and drop a comment in the comment section. Can you hear me? Am I good to go? Wow. Am I good to go? Is my audio quality good to go? Thank you very much for that indication. Wow. We are going to be looking at a very awesome subject that's so dear to my heart. We're going to be looking at the subject, living the worthwhile life. You see, the worthwhile life is not a life that is just based on existence. I take that again. The worthwhile life is not a life that is just based on existing, right? The worthwhile life is an intentional life. The worthwhile life is a purpose-driven life. It's a life that has meaning. You see, and what we are going to be looking at critically tonight is, you see, there are three strategies that naturally delivers the worthwhile life. But you see, before you get on board leading the worthwhile life, you need to be MAD. MAD is an acronym for make accurate decision. I take that again. MAD is an acronym for make, M for make, A for accurate, and D for decision. Before you get on board leading the worthwhile life, right, you need to be MAD. You need to make accurate decisions. So there are three strategies basically that delivers the worthwhile life. And like I said, the worthwhile life is a life that is purpose driven, is an intentional life, is a life that is more concerned with its contribution, right, than its duration. The worthwhile life is a life that is more concerned about its contribution than its contribution than its duration. The worthwhile life is not concerned about how long you live. The worthwhile life is concerned about how well you live. You see, the worthwhile life is an intentional life. It's a life that is born out of purpose. It's an intentional life. It's a life with essence. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. There's something God had in mind and brought you in the world as a solution for. Did you hear that? There's something before creation, right? God had in mind about you, right? So he created you to be a solution to that thing. You're not as see, the worthwhile life is not concerned about you just existing. The worthwhile life is an intentional life. It's a purpose-driven life. It's a life that is up for something. It's a purpose-driven life. It's not an ordinary life. A man without a purpose, for example, is like a ship without a rudder, a reef in nothing. A man without purpose is like a man who is on a high sea without a compass. The worthwhile life is a life that is more concerned about its contribution rather than its donation. The worthwhile life is a purpose-driven life. Is a life that has meaning. Is the life that has essence. So before you get on board leading the worthwhile life, you must be mad. You must make accurate decisions, right? Where you are today is as a result of the decisions you took yesterday, you made yesterday. Where you will be tomorrow is going to be the summation of the decisions you make today. Before you get on board leading the worthwhile life, you must be mad. You must make accurate decisions. You must make accurate decisions, right? Nothing transforms a man like relevant information. You are the product. You are the product. You are the product of your decisions. To lead the worthwhile life, you must be mad. You must make accurate decisions. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot make accurate decisions unless and until you are exposed to the right informations. I take that again. You cannot make accurate decisions unless and except you are exposed to the right information. Show me a man that has information to transform a whole nation, and I will show you a man who is making accurate decisions. So very quickly, we're going to be sharing 3 strategies that delivers the worthwhile life. 3 strategies that delivers the worthwhile life. If you can hear me and you can see me and I'm good to go, please, I'd like you to share this broadcast, right? Let everyone you love get to watch this. Make a party about this. Living the worthwhile life. Make a party about this. Ensure this broadcast goes beyond you. Ensure you're not listening to me. You're not watching me alone. You see, a lot of lives, right? A lot of lives are in ruin today because they are not exposed to stuff like this. A lot of lives are in ruin today because they are not exposed to the stuff like this. Please share this broadcast. Ensure it goes beyond you. Let the good in you inspire you to share this broadcast. Make a party about it. Share it with all your messenger list. Call a friend to call a friend and gather around yourself. Call your friend to call your friend. This is where you should be. This is where you should be. Show me a man who is transforming a whole nation, and I will show you a man who is exposed to the relevant knowledge, the relevant information. Nothing transforms a man like relevant information. And this is what we do here. This is what we do here. To be a person of impact, you must be revelation driven. You must have an incredible hunger for revelation. You cannot be impactful and not be a person of influence. And you cannot be impactful
and not have income. I take that again. You cannot be a person who is impact driven and not be a person of influence. And you cannot be a person of influence and not attract plenty money and not attract money. So please share this broadcast, ensure it goes beyond you, ensure everyone you love get to watch this. So very quickly, we're looking at 3 strategies to leading the worthwhile life. Remember, I said the worthwhile life is an intentional life, is a life that is purpose driven, is a life that is not just existing, right? It's a life that is purpose driven, it's a life that is existing for something, it's a life that is more concerned about its contribution than its duration. The worthwhile life is the best life you and I are born to lead. So very quickly, we are looking at 3 strategies that delivers the worthwhile life. Number 1, very quickly, strategy number 1 is your yearning capacity. I'd like someone to put that down. First strategy is your capacity to yearn. 3 strategies that delivers the worthwhile life. Your capacity to yearn. Your capacity to yearn. Let's look at the scripture, Matthew chapter 5, verse 6. Your capacity, the first strategy to the worthwhile life is first your capacity to yearn. Your yearning capacity. Listen to what Matthew chapter 5, verse 6 says. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness. They shall be filled. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst after righteousness. They shall be filled. Being filled in life is traceable to your hunger. Let me do the New Living Translation. New Living Translation, Matthew chapter 5, verse 6. It says, God blesses those who hunger and thirst for justice, for they shall be satisfied. Ladies and gentlemen, satisfaction is traceable to your hunger level. Your capacity to yearn is what will guarantee, is what will determine your satisfaction in life. What is life? What is life if there is no satisfaction at the end of the day? What is life if there is no fulfillment at the end of the day? One of the first strategies that guarantees the worthwhile life is your capacity to yearn, your hunger level. Matthew chapter 5, verse 6, New Living Translation says, God blesses those who hunger and thirst for justice, for they will be satisfied. Those who hunger for right living, those who hunger for satisfaction. How hungry are you? Oh, the incredible Les Brown would say, you've got to be hungry. How hungry are you for right living? How hungry are you about your purpose? When was the last time you had a sleepless night because you were communing with your source about your vision, about your purpose? How much is that desire? How much is it burning you? How passionate, how hungry are you about your purpose? How hungry? Blessed are those who hunger and thirst, for they shall be filled, for they shall be satisfied. The New Living Translation says, God blesses. Do you know what the blessings of the Lord is? Do you know what the blessings of the Lord is? Proverbs says, the blessing makes rich. It's an empowerment that causes people to become rich and wealthy. The New Living Translation say, God blesses those who hunger for right living. God blesses those who hunger for justice, for real living. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. You are not just put here on earth. You are not just, there's a reason why God put you here on earth. You are not just here to exist. You're not just here to play. You're not just here to rehearse life. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. You've got just one life to live, just one. Life has no return match. Life is not rehearsal. You're not here to just play. The time God has given you is meant for you to fulfill your essence, to fulfill your purpose. The worthwhile life is the life that is concerned about your eternal purpose, about your essence, about what it is that God has put you here on earth to do. Your purpose is the intent of your creation, the reason why God put you here on earth. You're not just here to exist, you're here to live. And like we have seen, the number one strategy that guarantees the worthwhile life is your capacity for hunger, is your yearning capacity. How hungry are you? How desperate? How desperate are you? How desirous are you? You may have heard me say before that the proof of desire is pursuit. How much? How much passion? How much desire? How much drive do you have about leading the worthwhile life? How much drive? How much passion? How much desire? You see, your desire will determine what you pursue. I take that again. Your desire will determine what you pursue. Show me show me a man with a dream, and I will show you a man who is restlessly restless, who is positively restless. I will show you a man who is possessed with a positively restless spirit. I'll show you a man who is obsessed to deliver on his essence. Jesus was speaking one time in history. He said, he was speaking to his disciple, and he said, I must do the work of him who sent me while it is day, for the night comes when no man works. He was talking about the work of his purpose. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. You do not have all the time, right? You do not have all the time to fulfill purpose. You just have enough time. How hungry are you about your purpose, about the reason for which God put you here on earth? How hungry are you about living the fulfilled life? Life without fulfillment is nothing but an emptiness. Life without fulfillment is nothing. It's nothing. It's just a life. It's just a life without meaning. See, listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. Success, no matter how you look at it, success without fulfillment is failure in disguise. Is failure at best. Success, whatever kind of success, without fulfillment is failure in disguise. Take it or leave it. How desirous are you? The first strategy that delivers the worthwhile life, the life that is worth living, the worthwhile life, is your capacity to yearn. You see, I meet a lot of people, old and young, and I see how they take life so casually. And you may have heard me say before, if you take life casually, you will end up as casualty. Those who take life casually end up as casualties. You need to put that down. Those who take life casually end up as casualties. You're not here to play. You're here on a purpose and for a purpose. Right? So I see every day how a lot of people are not passionate about living. So it's as though they have another life right? It is as though they have another life. People are not passionate. A lot of people are not passionate about living. They wake up with an uncommitted attitude to life. The last thing they want to do is to work and develop themselves. And I've said before that if you play down on personal development, you're playing down on how far you can go in life. See, nothing is at its best naturally. So scripture says in Romans chapter 12, ladies and gentlemen, do not be conformed to this world, but you see, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. You see, this is what we do every day, every waking day. This is what we do. It's a call to do. It's not a nice to do, it's a call to do. Because of the assignment you put here on earth to deliver, you want to renew your mind every waking day. What worked yesterday cannot work today, right? What worked yesterday is a recipe for disaster today, for failure today. So you want to consistently upgrade yourself, because everything left to itself becomes a victim of degeneration. So I see how that a lot of people are not passionate about life. They are not all out learning to become everything that they need to become so they can have everything that they are born to have. You see, so a lot of people just walk through life anyhow and they want to get the best out of life. Ladies and gentlemen, you must be a fool in a fool's paradise to have that kind of mindset. You've heard before that if wishes were horses, beggars will ride. You walk through life so haphazardly, so carelessly, and you want to get the best out of life, ladies and gentlemen. Life is not rehearsal. Life is, you do not have another spare life. You have this life to live just once. So it's appalling how a lot of people are not passionate about life. You see, they are not passionate. They are so laid back. They play dead every waking day, right? They play dead. They need to be motivated. They need to be pushed. They need to be encouraged. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. Your time is running out. Your time, right? Your time is running out. The gateway to being blessed, the gateway to being fulfilled, right, in life is to lead, is to make a choice, is to make a decision to lead a worthwhile life. And number one strategy that delivers the worthwhile life is your yearning capacity. You must have an incredible hunger for life, for purpose. If there is anything that will keep you up all night without sleep, it's your purpose. It's your purpose. Your hunger for the delivery of your purpose drives you so crazy. The first thing you want to wake up to do is the task that is required. And the last thing you want to sleep onto is the task that is required for the delivery of your purpose, for the delivery of your essence. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst, they will be satisfied. The first strategy is to leading the worthwhile life is your capacity to yearn. How high is your capacity to yearn? How large is that capacity? The proof of desire is pursuit. How passionate are you about the delivery of your vision, your essence, your purpose? Leading the worthwhile life is not possible unless and except your capacity to yearn is up here. Listen to this. Desire is the starting point of all achievement, not a hope, not a wish, but a king pulsating desire which transcends everything. Are you bored or unfulfilled with life? Then throw yourself into some work you believe in with all your heart. Live for it, die for it, and you will find happiness that you had thought could never be yours. Your dream, your purpose must be something you truly desire. Nothing, are you hearing me? Nothing, nothing changes until you do. Your dream, your purpose must be something you truly desire. Men rarely reach for what they need, but they will always reach for what they want. If you truly desire turnaround in your life, you must be willing to reach for it. The worthwhile life is only delivered primarily on the platform of hunger. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst, for they shall be filled. God blesses those who are passionate, who are hungry for justice, who are hungry for the assignment. God blesses those, God empowers those who are passionate, who are hungry. How hungry are you? Because you've got to be hungry to deliver on the worthwhile life. Number two, very quickly, your capacity to learn. Your capacity to learn. Your capacity to learn. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing changes until you learn. If you're listening to me, ladies and gentlemen, please, I'd like you to share this broadcast. Ensure it goes beyond you. Ensure everyone you love get towards this, right? Ensure everyone you love get towards this. Share this, make a party about this broadcast. You see, what goes around comes back around. If this is a good stuff for you, if you think this is worth the while, let's share this broadcast. Ensure someone you love get to share it on your messenger list, share it on all the groups that you belong, you're part of. Make a party about this. This is what should trend, ladies and gentlemen. There is no better life than the worthwhile life. Of what use will be life if at the end of time you're not fulfilled? If at the end of time you're not rewarded with the statement, "Welcome, thou good and faithful servant." See, you're going to account for this life. You're going to account for this life, and everything that will enhance an effective delivery of your life assignment should be something you don't take lightly, right? Everything that will enable you, everything that will be an enhancement to the delivery of your assignment, your destiny, should be something you don't take lightly, right? So you want to share this broadcast, ensure it goes beyond you, ensure everyone you love get to watch this. See, this is where life begins. Understanding and leading the worthwhile life is where life really begins. Success, like I said, success of whatever kind without fulfillment at the end of the day is failure in disguise. It was the blessed memory Dr. Miles Monroe who said that the greatest tragedy of life is for you to climb the ladder of success and then get to the top and then discover your ladder was leaning on the wrong wall. I take that again. The greatest tragedy of life, one of the greatest tragedy of life, is to climb the ladder of success and then get to the top and then discover that your ladder was leaning on the wrong wall. What a life. What a wasted life that will be. He went further to say that the greatest tragedy of life is not death, but life that fails to fulfill its purpose and potentials. How passionate, how hungry are you to fulfilling your life essence? You're 25, you're 35, you're 28, you're even 40, and you're not yet on board leading Your life, ladies and gentlemen, you do not have all of the time. You do not have all of the time. You just have enough time to deliver on your essence. You will account for this life. For your life to count, ladies and gentlemen, this is how to learn what you need to learn. Remember, while we're starting, we said to before you get on board leading DWAT Wildlife, you must be mad. You must make accurate decision. MAD is an acronym. You must make accurate decision, right? You cannot make accurate decision when what you have available is poor information. You cannot make accurate decision if you're not exposed to the right information. So first strategy to leading the worthwhile life is your capacity to yearn, your hunger. Number two is your capacity to learn. You see, nothing changes until you do. See, the change you need must start from you. See, nothing change out here until you change in here. Until your heart atmosphere changes, your atmosphere cannot change. And what changes your heart atmosphere is your hunger for learning, your capacity to learn. I take that again. Nothing changes you like you. Nothing will change around you. Nothing in your life will change until you do, until you change. You see, in life, we do not get what we want. We get who we are. It's your heart atmosphere that determines your atmosphere. So if you can change in here, you will change stuffs out here. And what changes in here is your capacity to learn. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. You do that on the platform of learning. You must have a crazy desire to learn. You see, even in the marketplace, you are paid to the degree to which you have learned. Glory. You are only paid in life according to how much value you bring to the table. What you earn is traceable to what you have learned. To increase your earning, you increase your learning. How desirous are you about learning? How passionate are you about learning? How passionate? Listen to this. How passionate are you about learning? How passionate? Paul was speaking to Timothy in 2 Timothy. He said, study to show yourself approved, a workman who is not ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. How much have you learned the last few days? How much have you learned the last few months? How much? Your life is going to be determined. It's going to be determined by how much you learn. You see, the greatest gift God gave man besides salvation is the gift of the capacity to learn. It's amazing how people see a lot of people who ain't living the worthwhile life see the people who are living the worthwhile life and they envy them. They want to be like them. I cannot count how many parents who came to me to say, I want my son to be like you. You see, for your son to be like me, it's not a walk in the park, right? Where I have attained, right? I didn't wake up onto it. I worked into it. It's not a walk in the park. It's a discipline. You see, I tell people becoming incredibly rich and wealthy is a discipline, right? Nobody becomes a lawyer overnight. The law profession is a discipline, right? That's how the worthwhile life is not delivered on the platter of gold. You work for it. You see, if you want the price, you must pay the price. We are living in the world that is operated by the law of cause and effect. Nothing just happened. To make something happen, you need to do something. You see, it's like the first law of Newton's first law of motion. Everything will remain at the particular state of rest until an external force is applied. You see, the worthwhile life, that is an enviable life, the blessed life, is worked out. It's a discipline. You must learn. How much you grow is determined by how much you learn. How much you grow will be determined by how much you learn. If you're transformed from within you, then it's that transformation is only possible via the renewal of your mind. That transformation is only possible via the renewal of your mind. Ladies and gentlemen, I kid you not, you cannot lead the worthwhile life playing dead. You cannot lead the worthwhile life playing dead. Your capacity to learn must be in place. In the last 3 months, how many books have you read in the area for which you have been called to deliver solution? Somebody is not hearing me. In the last 3 months, how many books have you read? Reading is one way for learning. One is a major way in which we learn. Reading, did you hear me? Reading is one major way in which we learn. All right, listen to this. 26. Okay, 24. Proverbs chapter 24. Listen to this. Proverbs 24, verse 4. And by knowledge shall the chambers be filled with all precious and pleasant riches. How do you gain knowledge? How do one gain knowledge? Through learning. Proverbs 24, verse 2 says, verse 3, right? Proverbs 24, verse 3. Through wisdom is an house builded, and by understanding it is applied. Right? What is wisdom? Wisdom is the rightful application of revelation, of knowledge. Right? So, through wisdom is an house builded, and by understanding it is established. Verse 4. And by knowledge shall the chambers be filled with all precious and pleasant riches. A wise man is strong, yea, a man of knowledge increases strength. See, those who will not be weary in life are those who have learned. Are those who are learned, right? Are those who have become by the reason of learning. Proverbs says it is the glory of God to conceal a thing, to hide a thing, but it's the honor of kings to search it out. See, studying and learning is a royal habit. Someone write that down. Studying and learning is a royal habit. You cannot become your very best in life without fine-tuning your mind, without learning. It is the glory of God to conceal a thing, to hide a matter, but it's the honor of kings to search it out. You become only on the platform of learning. You become only on the platform of learning. You must be someone who is given to learning. You must be someone whose passion for learning is up here, because everything you need to do that will deliver your assignment is up here. Everything is up here. Everything, ladies and gentlemen. Through knowledge is his house filled with all precious and through knowledge. Through knowledge is a house built. I want to get it from the New Living Translation very quickly as we go, before we go, ladies and gentlemen. Good. Almost there. If you're getting value, please drop it in the comment section. I'm gaining value. I'm gaining value. Yeah. Drop it in the comment section. Say I'm gaining value. I'm gaining value. I'm gaining value. If you're gaining value, shout it out loud. Say I'm gaining value. Listen to what the New Living Translation says, right? A house is built by wisdom and becomes strong through good sense. Through knowledge, its rooms are filled with all sort of precious riches and valuable. The wise are mightier than the strong, and those with knowledge grow stronger and stronger. Did you hear that? Those with knowledge grows stronger and stronger. How do you grow stronger and stronger? Those with knowledge. And how do you gain knowledge? You gain knowledge through learning. You gain knowledge through learning. You gain knowledge through learning. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot become the full expression of your dream without learning. Listen to me. You want a fantastic man? As a young lady, you want to get married to a fantastic man? Listen to me. Fantastic men are knowledge-driven men. Hear me very well. Fantastic men are knowledge-driven men. You see, oh my God, fantastic men, right? Are knowledge-driven men. You don't get them. You don't get them everywhere. They are not everywhere. They are studious men, right? And you can only attract your kind if you are not someone who is given to learning. If you're not someone who is given to studying, to show yourself approved. Come on, ladies, and you cannot attract that kind of man you desire. You're a man and you want a fantastic lady. You want a classic lady. Classic ladies are knowledge-driven ladies. They are not everywhere. Classic ladies also have their eyes on classic men. If the last time you read a book was a year ago, if the last time you read a book was a week ago, you're backward. You're backward. Great things do not fall on people like that. You hear me? Everything left to itself becomes a victim of degeneration. You want to be someone who is given to learning. That's how you deliver on the worthwhile life. You want to be someone who knows something about everything and everything about something. You want to be someone who is all out there in search for knowledge. You want to be someone who is not idle, who is not just laying dead, waiting for whatever comes. You want to be somebody who is intentional about going for what you want. Ladies and gentlemen, he said through wisdom has a house built, and wisdom is the rightful application of revelation. You don't get revelation playing dead. You don't get revelation being lazy. You don't get revelation being lazy, being prayed for every now and then. When are you going to be praying for someone? You see, I meet a lot of young people and even old people, and for the older people, I hear a lot of regrets, right? For a lot of older people, they wish they have a second chance to life, right? There are a lot of older people I do training for, I do coaching programs for every now and then, right? I talk to people who are about to retire, who have retired, how to plan retirement, right? I talk to a lot of older people. I have them in my clientele, right? And for a lot of these young older people, right, what I hear them talk about more is about the fact that they wish they have a second chance to life. They wish they can turn back the ends of time. They wish they knew what they know now. They would have lived their life differently, right? For several other people that I have met, right, their regret is about how that what they know now, what they're exposed to now, they weren't exposed to then. And because they were not driven by knowledge, they were not knowledge driven. They were just driven to earn, to just get stuff out of life, just to get stuff. So it was more like a hustling kind of lifestyle. But they are old now and strength. They've lost strength. Like I said, you don't have all of the time to fulfill your purpose. You just have enough time to fulfill your purpose. So I challenge you, if you're a young person, listen to me. The worthwhile life is the life you have been designed to lead. There is no better life anywhere. There is no better life anywhere. Whatever you desire, right, is within the boundary of the worthwhile life. You're not put here just for you. You are put here to be a solution to a major human problem. You're here to give glory to God and better humanity. You're here as a solution. That's why, listen to me, right? That's why when you were given birth to, right? When you were given birth to, your parents and neighbors, everybody around you rejoice. They were rejoicing. Mommy was rejoicing. Daddy was everywhere. He was just rejoicing. Because another solution to a human problem is here. Another solution to a human problem is here. The world rejoiced when you were born because you were a solution to a major human problem. And eternity released you. Eternity released you to be a solution to a major human problem. You want to be on board attending to that major problem. That's how to deliver on the worthwhile life. And by the time you're done from here, the world should miss you. You should have by then you should have emptied your life solving the major problem heaven put you here on earth to solve. Your name should have become so memorable. By the time you leave, you transit to eternity, the world should miss you. Do you have that as a consideration every waking day of your life? You're not just here to eat and drink. If you know how I'm passionate about this, right? You're not just here to eat and drink. And this is what I'm born to do. This is what I'm born to do. My life class session is to provide you relevant information that will push you to lead the worthwhile life. When you're gone, what would men say you lived your life for? Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. Your time started. Your time started counting from the day you were born. Your time started counting, and you do not have all of the time. You just have enough time to fulfill your assignment. So you must be all out on your way learning. At the age of 12, Jesus told his earthly parents that, do you not know that I'm about my Father's business? Ladies and gentlemen, I bring a word to you today. When will you be about your Father's business? You see everything you're chasing after. You see everything you're chasing, that trip to Dubai, that vacation, that Mercedes-Benz car, that latest ride you desire to get, that fantastic woman you desire to marry, that fantastic man you desire. See, everything you ever desire, listen to me, ladies and gentlemen, is within the boundary of your purpose. Is within the boundary of the worthwhile life. You cannot be on the field leading the worthwhile life and not attract these things. I tell people every now and then, you don't pursue money to get it. Money is not pursued. Money is attracted. Money is attracted. You don't pursue money. You can only position to attract money. Money is a reward for solving a problem. Your time started from the day you were born. Ladies and gentlemen, your time is counting, is running. Time flies, but you know what? You're the pilot. You do not have all of the time to fulfill your purpose. Let this word sink in your heart, into your heart, like it's burning in my heart. The worthwhile life is what you've been designed. Of what good is success if at the end of the day you are not fulfilled? If at the end of the day you've not found inner peace, the kind of peace that surpasses all human understanding, an overwhelming peace. Ladies and gentlemen, the number two strategy that delivers the worthwhile life is your capacity to learn. Is your capacity to learn. You must be all out there learning. You must increase, you must grow your capacity to learn. If the worthwhile life is what you desire, you must grow your capacity to learn. You must learn everything you need to learn in the area for which you have been called. You must become a go-to person in that area. You must become a go-to person. You must learn like your life depends on it, because it actually does. Your life depends on what you know. It's what you know that will determine what you show, and it's your show that will determine your glow. Did you hear that? It's what you know that will determine what you show, and it's what you show that will determine how you glow. Ladies and gentlemen, you are nothing. You're nothing without a learning capacity. If at the age of 12 he told his earthly parent, I'm about my father's business, when will you, at what age will you be about your father's business? Your time started counting from the day you were born. Your time is ticking, and it's ticking real fast. Number three, the last but not the least, when you have your capacity to yearn and you have your capacity to learn, you have a guaranteed capacity to earn. I take that again. When you have your capacity to learn, to yearn, your hunger level, when you have the capacity to yearn and your capacity to learn, you will have a guaranteed capacity to earn. I'd like someone to put that down. It's like saying, seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and every other thing will be added to you. If your capacity to yearn is in place and your capacity to learn is in place, you have a guaranteed capacity to earn. Earning will no longer be a prayer point, because God blesses those who have hunger for justice. It is the glory of God to conceal a thing. It is the honor of kings to search it out. Studying and learning is a royal habit, and your habit will determine your destiny. Your habit determines your character, and your character determines your destiny. Studying and learning is a royal habit. It is a refugee mindset that keeps you away from not studying and learning to know, to become everything you need to become, so you can have everything you need to have. So, ladies and gentlemen, with your capacity to yearn in place and your capacity to learn in place, you will have a guaranteed capacity to earn. You see, so earning is not what you pray for. Earning is not what you pray for. It is like seeking first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and then every other thing will be added to you. Earning is a result. Earning is not what you pursue. Earning is what you attract. Earning is a reward for your capacity to yearn, your capacity to learn. Earning is not what you pray for. A fantastic woman is not what you pray for. A fantastic man is not what you pray for. Hear me very well. God, in his good nature, will not position his fantastic man, his fantastic son, for a mediocre woman. I take that again. God, in his good nature, right, will not position one of his fantastic sons. He will not for a mediocre. So a good woman, right, is not commonplace. A good woman is in search of a good man. A fantastic man is in search for a fantastic woman. So if the last time you studied about a fantastic man was the last time, ladies and gentlemen, lady, you will not get what you wish for. You will get according to the content of your heart. Guard your heart with all diligence. From out of it comes the quality of your life. If it's not in your heart, it will not be in your life. You must increase your capacity to hear. You must increase your capacity to learn. And you have a guaranteed capacity to earn. I hope this broadcast is Calvary for someone. I hope you are blessed the way I am blessed. I feel a huge relief right now because I have poured out my heart. I feel a huge release right now. And I pray you find peace as you journey towards fulfilling your divine essence, towards fulfilling your divine purpose. Everything you desire in life can be attracted by the person you become. So guard your heart with all diligence. Guard your heart, because from out of it comes the quality of your life. If a desire for a quality man is not in your heart as a lady, if you're not all out with an increased capacity to yearn, if you are not all out learning, if the desire for it is not in your heart, you will not see it in your life. You will not. So I've been able to share with you today 3 strategies to deliver on the worthwhile life. Number 1 strategy is your capacity to yearn. Number 2 is your capacity to learn. And number 3, the last but not the least, is a guaranteed capacity to earn. Ladies and gentlemen, I trust God that as you fly with this, it will only be a matter of time. You will be soaring at the top. Success without fulfillment is failure in disguise. You have been born to lead the worthwhile life. For further mentoring and coaching, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to share this broadcast like I've been saying, right? Share it with everyone you love. Ensure everyone you love get to watch this. What is life without fulfillment? Share it with everyone you love. Ensure that someone you love get to watch this. There's no better way to lead. There's no better way to live. Ensure someone you love get to watch this. And for further mentoring and coaching, I'm only a DM away. I'll be super glad to guide you on your way to becoming everything that God destined you to become. And in case you're meeting me for the first time, my name is John Ogute, the one and only life and business coach. Right? I'll be super grateful. I'll be glad. It will be an honor to guide you on your path on your path to becoming everything that God put you here on earth to become, right? I'm only a DM away. Get in touch with me, and my team will get in touch with you, and we will get something started for you. Ladies and gentlemen, I am super stoked and excited to be able to do this again today until I come away again next weekend, hopefully. I'd like you to have a restful and fruitful weekend. Do well to share this broadcast, and also do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't get to miss any video anytime it drops. I love you very much. When I say I love you, it's because I really do. Do have a great day. Bye-bye.
Introducing ARC, the safe and affordable way to drive. Do you need a way to pick up and drop off your kids to and from school? Want to get a car to and from church safely and comfortably? Then use ARC, a dedicated car service for schools and churches. You can use the Book Now or Book Later feature. The Book Later feature means you can secure a ride night or day, or even a week before the day you want to go out. All ARC drivers have passed through 3 layers of security checks: financial liability, reputable guarantors, and criminal background checks. We check to make sure that they don't have any undue burdens, cases, or loans with any financial institutions that could pressure them into crime. We have very high standards for the quality of persons that can stand in as guarantor for our drivers. We also check with relevant security agencies to make sure that they are not involved in any criminal activity that can compromise rider safety. You can pay via cash, debit card, or bank transfer at the end of your trip. For a safe and affordable way to drive, use ARC.